With Goku going to train with Kami for the next 3 years, Bulma unlocks the Master Control while also revealing that the creator is not going to be happy with her doing so. He might take action. All while Jiro has a blueprint of the Omnitrix in his possession. He continues to work on his plan. Let's get into What If Goku Found the Omnitrix, Part 3. Goku being on Kami's lookout only further improves his training and strength as it would normally. 3 years is a lot of time, and I believe the main benefit would come from his room of spirit and time training. With Goku already being able to go up to 5 times Earth's gravity, he's able to endure 10 times much better, and for way longer. In this time, he not only trained his body to match higher levels, he also trains the Omnitrix. Now having the Master Control, he needs to actually learn how to use it. In Ben 10, the episode where Ben received Master Control, he was very quickly able to switch between aliens with just thinking about it. That was with him having the Omnitrix for less than a year. Goku has had it for many years, with him being far more experienced as well. It would be easy for him to control it, but this also gives him access to a bunch of new aliens, over 1 million to be exact. One day while training with Kami, the Omnitrix starts beeping, and all of a sudden scans Kami. It then speaks for the first time, explaining that the Namekian DNA is within the Omnitrix, and that Goku is able to transform into one. Both Goku and Kami have a shocked look on their face, not knowing what just happened. Goku clicks away, however, turning him into a Namekian. Now here's the thing, I had a conversation in the comments with someone about this as well. The Omnitrix turns a user into the best version of the species that he picks, or rather the strongest. So while Kami is a Dragon Clan member, the Dragon Clan isn't typically powerful, so he would be turned into a warrior Namekian. And at this time, the most ideal warrior Namekian is Nail, not Piccolo, so Goku would turn into someone like Nail. This would give him immense power, considering Nail has a power level of 42,000. Other aliens would also come up, some Ben 10 originals like Swampfire and Chromastone, but some Dragon Ball ones as well, like Magetta species, as well as a Saiyan. Goku already knows he's a Saiyan, and now that he's become one with the Omnitrix, what would that look like? Would he be a Super Saiyan because theoretically that would be the ideal Saiyan? Or would he just be himself, except with Broly's potential because that's the highest Saiyan potential we've ever seen? Truth be told, we don't know, just that he would be broken. There are obviously hundreds of other samples and we'll come to see them throughout the series. The fight between Goku and Piccolo would come along, and Goku vows to enjoy the fight, trying not to use the Omnitrix unless need be. He gets to see Bulma again after 3 years, and Chi-Chi would also be at the tournament. Unfortunately, Goku would deny her proposal this time around because he's already found someone. Bulma. This version of Goku has spent the better part of his life outside of the wild, around, and with Bulma. She's also helped him learn the secrets of the Omnitrix, helped him with training, and she's just a good person. The ideals of someone Goku likes. Regardless, we get to the final without anything changing, and while Piccolo would be at least, let's say, twice as strong because so was Goku in the King Piccolo saga, Goku is probably 3 or 4 times as powerful, due to his gravity training. He overpowers Piccolo pretty easily, and doesn't even need the Omnitrix, which makes Piccolo feel even more insulted. However, Goku still lets him live because he's the strongest person that he's ever faced, and probably will be for a long time. Or at least he thinks that. Shortly after Goku settles down with Bulma, someone in a mask comes along and tries to sneak attack Goku, which obviously doesn't work. Goku questions who he is before the person attacks him again, trying to punch and kick him. One lands, and after Goku's startled, he goes for the Omnitrix and tries to tear it off. Goku powers up and pushes him off, asking one last time what he wants, and what's his problem with the Omnitrix. The man unmasks himself, showing Diamond Head. Goku questions why he looks like one of his aliens, but that's when Bulma comes out and says the name of the species, which Tetrax is. This confuses Tetrax, because no human should know his species, especially because they went extinct. Regardless, he explained why he's here. If you guys have never watched the Ben 10 movie, or even the show, you wouldn't know who Tetrax is. He was in one of the Ben 10 movies called Secret of the Omnitrix. Now, there were many characters in this part that could be replaced with a Dragon Ball character, but Tetrax is too cool to replace, so I'm just going to be using him for the rest of it. Now, moving on, he explains that someone unlocked the Master Control of the Omnitrix and the creator is not happy. He's activated the self-destruct mode, and if the Omnitrix explodes, then it destroys the entire universe. Bulma looks at Goku in shock. She knew that it was a mistake, but did it anyways. Tetrax looks at her in turn and realizes it was her. He points a blade at her, telling her to give him one reason why he shouldn't end her. Goku transforms into Diamond Head himself and says he'll give him one. Tetrax stands down and explains they have to get to the creator and convince him to turn the self-destruction sequence off. They agree, and with Tetrax's ship, head out into the unknowingness of space. What they don't know is that an emperor and his henchmen are on the hunt for the Omnitrix, and Tetrax just gave away the location. because he's a bounty hunter. As they float in space, Goku and Tetrax get to connect and talk about common things. But the happy times are cut off when their ship is attacked by a neighboring one, which projects itself explaining that they need to hand over the OMNITRIX or they will die. It's Vegeta, working for Frieza, and trying to retrieve the OMNITRIX for him. But in secret, he wants it for himself to take Frieza down. According to information they have, the wielder is a Saiyan, so maybe he can convince the guy to give it to him, because he's the prince. However, that isn't going to happen. Goku turns into Jet Ray and has no care for his past. He flies in space and he fires a blast at the ship to let himself in, before turning into Heat Blast and sealing the patch up. Tetrax talks to him over comms, telling him to try and limit OMNITRIX usage, or it'll speed up the explosion. Meanwhile, Vegeta awaits the Saiyans, sending Nappa and Raditz to attack him. Goku faces off against the Saiyans and Raditz recognizes him. He looks just like Bardock. "Kakarot?" he says. "Yeah," replies Goku. "How do you know me?" "You're my brother." Goku doesn't buy it and just attacks when the OMNITRIX starts to glow yellow. His power level is above 2000, so above Raditz, but he can't take on Nappa alone. He uses his aliens to throw him off. Humongous Sword triples his power, which allows him to smash Nappa and knock him out. Raditz tells his brother to just hand over the OMNITRIX. Vegeta's too powerful to take on. Goku doesn't listen though, as expected, and he knocks Raditz out as well. Vegeta faces off against the Saiyan and laughs. Impressive. A low class managed to defeat Nappa? But you won't beat me. Goku tries to fight Vegeta one-on-one, but he's far too weak to even put up a match. That's when Vegeta grabs onto the OMNITRIX, slowly ripping it off. Goku's skin starts to come off with it. He says screw it and thinks of an alien he wants to turn into. In a panic, he simply chooses Saiyan. Vegeta's confused when the OMNITRIX transforms, but Goku doesn't physically change at all. Since he's a Saiyan, the OMNITRIX is amplified to fit the ample Saiyan. You would expect it to be Vegeta, but Broly is stronger, so that's what ends up happening. Vegeta's scouters go off, reading Goku's power level above 500,000. He grabs Vegeta and repeatedly punches him until his face is bloodied. That's when Tetrax comes in and tells him to transform back. The reaction's too quick. Goku knocks Vegeta unconscious before flying back to the ship, and now they are good to find the creator once more. Frieza's angered though. How could they lose to a Saiyan, and one weaker than them? He thinks it's about time that he step in. Clearly his soldiers are incapable. Goku, Bulma, and Tetrax find dr.myuu on planet M2, Myu's origin planet. They go around and get eyes from everybody before finding a man with a hood over him running away from them. He then leads them to a more private location, and in his case, more secure. It holds Baby, the parasite that he's ready to release at any time if needed. The group come by and demand that he turn off the self-destruct, but much like Azimuth did, Myuu doesn't find the universe worthy of survival. Just then, Frieza attacks the planet looking to get the OMNITRIX. Myu's point is further proven. He throws a smoke bomb and escapes as Tetrax chases him. He goes over to his lab and clicks a button, releasing one of his best creations, Baby. Baby gets up and immediately blows a hole through Myuu, not letting him get in his way or limit him by any way, before setting his sights on Goku as well. Goku hits the OMNITRIX, but he doesn't transform. Tetrax jumps in to attack Baby, but it doesn't last long. Bulma goes over to Myu's lab and tries to find anything that can help them. Her knowing everything again is coming to play. She did know that there were only a variety of codes that turn on the self-destruct, but there was a variety, she couldn't risk putting in the wrong one. But now that they're in Myu's lab, they might be able to find the exact one, and turn it off. But before that, Bulma has to make sure that everyone's occupied. She presses the OMNITRIX, picking an alien for Goku and turning him into a new type of alien, a Frost Demon. Goku becomes like that of Cooler. He wonders what he can do with this power, before it explodes and sends him to the 5th transformation that Cooler had accessed. The OMNITRIX amplifies Goku's power level as much as he can. Baby defeats Tetrax and goes over to attack the new Frost Demon to Goku. Just then, Frieza sees this and transformed into his own final form, going in to fight the two. But that's not all the bad news. Jiro had planted drones on Tetrax's ship, who has just retrieved the data of every alien present on the planet. The battle of these 3 monstrous forces is about to start. But that's where we're leaving things off for right now. I hope you guys did enjoy, and if you did, make sure to drop a like and subscribe. This part mostly consisted of the events from the Ben 10 Secret of the OMNITRIX movie. But if it wasn't Dragon Ball with the Saiyans, and Frieza taking Milgax's place, and Myuu taking Azimuth's place, and the Frost Demon transformation taking Weibik's place, I hope you enjoyed the creativity. But with that, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.